Somebody help. Anybody help. I need somebody. This is the real star of the show. He's back. Welcome to Program with Fags with my son Waffles. Guys, so what did we do? What did we do in the last bit? Fix some simple problems. And yeah, and some simple problems required simple solutions, it turned out. Just took way too ow. Okay, puppy, I'll let you down. I've got a vacuum going on right now, so he wasn't too sure about that. Oh, buddy, what was that? Is that your rib? Sorry, I felt something weird on him. Had to make sure it was just his rib. Guys, can I build some software here, some biometric access software with just a shirt off? Who knows? You know what I mean? Who frickin' knows, right? I'm just gonna keep coding. So we ended off on, these aren't even try catch blocks. These are just simple, straightforward bits of code here. But we ended up building a few APIs here that worked with the database. We got the database working, which is awesome. Delete organization, dude. AI is so freaking cheating nowadays. At least certainly for generic code writing, for sure. Okay, so really what I want to show is we want to build organizations today, and then users can join that organization. So let's go ahead and start showing some of the stuff on the front end. I think that's probably a good idea. We've got Postman on the back end here, but I like visually working with stuff personally. I'm a lot better at learning that way, which I don't know if most people are or aren't. But for me, that's very much how I like to learn. Okay, so all I'm going to do is use client. Let's see if that'll work. I don't know if that'll work in app directory or not. But let me install Axios. I'm installing Axios because I just want to test my own API real quick. And what else? Biometric access. I'm going to do the classic deal to just center everything. That should center everything, right? Justify center, item center. Ooh, with full. With full, baby. That's what we need. And that should, boom, biometric access centered. The hardest problem to do still, center a div. Okay, so we have const organization. Set organization. I don't know if none of this will work because we're in that app directory, but here, let's pull this organization from Prisma client. Res data as organization, that should work. And let's JSON stringify organization, and let's do the same for users. And let's get use effect user, API get users, and dude, this is just cheating. If I had this in the earliest days of Program with Tags, I'd be a billionaire by now. I should be a billionaire by now. Okay, so we have users, and then we have organization. And basically, the reason why I just want to do this is just show the data structures that we've got in the database. But this should fetch some users. I think we built that endpoint, yeah. User, oh, we did not quite yet. I need to pass in an org ID first to get some users. So let me build a temp folder. This is just going to be temporary, right? And this temporary is going to be just global kind of access to data, which obviously we don't want to do when it comes to a real application. But being that this is a fictitious project so far, and I'm not wearing a shirt and I'm wearing a backwards hat, this is a, you know, just a project to make a project. But I really do think, guys, I figured out a name for this thing too. I don't want to describe it quite yet until I fully land on the name too, because I've got an idea for it and all that stuff. But yeah, so let me go ahead, temp users. That should give me that. And let's say v1 temp users. I should be able to get some users in the database, I think. I reckon. Let's see. See what our network access is doing here. Cannot fetch users. API v1 temp users. Users. Yep. Access kit temp users. That should work, right? And let's build a new post request too. Oh, this would be in vCell now. So, but okay, well, I'm gonna build vCell one day. That's like something I've always wanted to build too. It's fucked. You know, it's absolutely fucked. But it's kind of a crypto deal too. It's just right now this is such a clean opportunity for me to find many users first. Find many P2022. Get rid of that one. Post. Does our post request still work? Let's try another email real quick. No, our post request is still broken. Or it's now broken. I'm not sure why. Prisma client version is 6.60 is probably why, I imagine. Let's see, this should work. Why are we getting errors? User create email 6.1. I'm gonna move my face real quick. Client version 6.10. Let me reinstall Prisma client. We'll do the latest version. Hopefully this all works well. Prisma client 6.10. Gosh, I'm not sure what happened. Argument organization is missing. What you talking about, Willis? API user. Argument organization is missing where? Const user equals Prisma creates. Oh wait, Prisma creates. Okay, so that is broken. Oh, I see, because a user has to be associated with an organization. Ah, I see, okay. All right, let's see if that fixes it. I don't know if it will or won't, but let's see. Nope. Nope. Lies. Column organization ID does not exist. MPI Prisma, we could say migrate, I believe. Prisma migrates. Name, add org ID. This is adding the org ID to our database. So it should migrate everything over. I mean, we don't really need to do migrations. We could drop the entire database right now and then add new data because there's not really any data, but this will work for now. Okay, let's see. And then I need to add a organization ID. I just don't know how to make a user and then add the organization ID later. So I don't think we do that. Yeah, I don't like that. I think that's not how to do this. I think what we do is chop it up simply first. So let me do this, and let's get rid of the relationship to organizations right now. Let's even get rid of organization user model, and let's just keep it very plain Jane simple. We can make users, we can make organizations, which obviously have zero relationship right now. But the upside is we can now just test basic endpoints and functionality. And then when the application is up and running, or at least all of our data structures are roughly built out, boom. Okay, so that works. Waffles is now working again. This will work whenever we reinstantiate users. So right now I just can't merge the code, which is fine. Let me move my face. And for org, I think this will all work. So, okay, let's build. Let's see. Where is this? Get rid of this add request. I've got so many freaking requests up here. Okay, let me close Captain Share. That project's going great. We've got a couple guys working on that, which is really fun. So URL API v1 user. Let's just steal that same bit. Environment vcell XAPI key, and the value is going to be our XAPI key. Then that body, let's just go ahead and steal that back over, which, forgive me, just email Ryan at test.com and name, just say Ryan, boom. Okay, so that post request is what that should be. Should work, boom, and we get a positive response of 200, which means this request is working. So new request will say post user. And we can even make a folder here to kind of clean it up a bit. So this will be our user folder, just user, not users. That's important to differentiate. And I guess I could rename that down the road here, but I'm not going to. And then we need another folder called organization. And organization, we're going to need a post request for that, and basically all of our CRUD functionality here. So creating an organization, matter of fact, I can have ChatGPT write some curl requests. Can you make some curl requests to localhost for these CRUD operations, just so I can import them all into, here's my data model. So I can import it quickly into Postman while I sneeze. Oh my golly. Okay. So just basic post request. Here's an example of a curl. What that'll do is just query the API. Oh, and then I forgot to say we've got XAPI keys, but that's fine. We can add that. And that'll work. API organization. Header X API key, X API key. Let's see if that works. No, that did not work. Interesting. It should have worked, but it didn't work. API, oh, I see API v1. Organization, great. And why is it always doing this P021 error? What is that in Prisma? What is that? Prisma. Oh, it's always updating the table. Okay, so we'll do that again. npx Prisma migrate just to update the table. That wasn't the right naming, but that'll work for me because we are on the fly. Guys, and that's the thing about software for at least my position. I'm not someone who like, I'm not too concerned on like the perfection of stuff. Really, I'm more concerned on moving, like taking action forward. API v1 organization. Let's go look at the code real quick. Line 29. Data. It should auto populate. You guys might hear my vacuum in the background. But like I said, I'm not too concerned on oh, it's getting really close. Waffles isn't too happy about that, but I'm not too concerned on like ultimate perfection, nicest system initially, because it sounds like something's stuck in that thing. Golly. Public organization does not exist in current database. It should. All right. We will do Prisma migrate reset. MPX Prisma migrate reset. Let's drop that table. Yes. Or let's drop that entire database. And let's regenerate it all. And let's try. No. It should work. Or is it MPX Prisma DB reset? I think is what we need to do. Or something like that. DB push, DB execute. Unknown command. Chat DB poll. Okay, Prisma generate, and then I think we also need to do Prisma migrate again. Prisma migrate. What do we have to do? Migrate. Migrate status compare. No. Let's see, all these migrate dev. That's what we needed. Migrate dev. Okay, so add table. And let's see. Because all I want to do is just show the data models and then, boom, perfect. Okay, so there we go. Show the data as cheaply and as simply as possible. Because visual stuff is probably the easiest, I'd say. We can even do just JSON, stringify. Fuck even mapping it all, right? Because then we can kind of parse out and make the application functional, and then front end stuff I can just like pretty up like pretty quick, I'd say. But API v1 organization. Oh, and then we need to list organizations. That'll probably go in the temp file as well. Just organizations. So I just want to be able to list all the orgs here. Like coding with my face in the way. But okay, so let's see, let's just have it write all the code here. Should just be a quick little deal. I can't believe the speed of development nowadays. Like as like total development time, we're talking like 40 minutes and we've got, you know, rate limit, we've got API, rough security, a few basic APIs built out, and then I don't know. I think AI just makes stuff like really interesting. But okay, so let's say temp organizations. Excuse me. Waffles is super cute, but he's making me sneeze so much. So I'm going to figure out something. But so we've got our first bit of data in there. Here's one organization called Captain Share. But whatever a company might need, might be, you know, security guards, number one, right? Because we're trying to do some sort of biometric access, bit of software. So hopefully that adds it. I should see the data here, which I do. Oh my gosh. let's add a user. And we've got Ryan at ryantest.com. And then we've got maybe like security guard 1. His name is Tom. Excuse me. Gosh, that was gross. But looks like all the data is shown up. And then we can start maybe in the next bit show like, you know, how the data can belong to each other. Or something like that, I think would be awesome. I'm season again, folks. And then reason I'm just doing this real quick, I guess instead of JSON stringifying, I could just map these real quick, and then instead of the name, maybe make it a card kind of deal. Just something a bit prettier so we can see the data model. BG Gray 50. Sorry guys, I'm like on the edge of sneezing right now. I can't really think too clear. But here, let me JSON stringify the organization data here. And I like to do little shadows. Personally, I think that looks very clean on the front end. And then, but the shadow needs to have a bit of opacity. I don't know how helpful this is, guys. I'm kind of just blasting through code right now. But it's because I'm on a mission to kind of get this thing up and running. So, but this way, if we look at it this way, I can kind of identify which users belong to an organization this way, like very easily, and see like, okay, so here's my list of the users, here's my organizations. How can I associate all these to each other, right? But I think we'll kind of wrap it up here in a moment. Let me just make this class name bit of a users table, if you will, so we can see, see like our users, and then maybe we'll add a button to like add them to an org or something. But before even doing that, I think building the relationships might be like a bit tumultuous. I just want to go through with a fine comb real quick and just figure out what we need to do in terms of our user flow. Because I think if we can just get some space real quick, I think what a user is going to do is user signs up. So users sign up, they create org or join org. And then we need a user to be biometrically authenticated at this point. So bio auth happens, and then so the first biometric authentication will create their bio signature, if you will. And then we need a 2FA deal, so 2FA to phone. So the idea is like you'd go up to something, your face gets scanned, your phone gets like a QR, you show the QR, boom, you're in. Like that's it, right? So now that sounds simple, but I think to actually build it's gonna be incredibly complex. So, but the idea is pre-auth users into it, but we'll hopefully tackle it. I don't know. Will I do it with a shirt off and a backwards hat with a dog and a vacuum going and a sniffly nose? Stay tuned. We'll see. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is going to be our first little bit here. So I think next episode, what I want to kind of fake is going to be a biometric like signature, like that step, and then we can start building the relationships. So like the value of what we're doing, and then down the road we'll have to make that real, and then ultimately maybe build some hardware if it's doable. It'd be crazy. So, but all right, chat soon.